nothing there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. He just kept going and going and going.
I think Kyle Busch's spotter told him, you better gas it up because there's a train coming behind you that could take you out. So he got lucky, wasn't involved, and still has a truck that doesn't have a scratch on it. Great crowd on hand to watch the final 22 laps from Daytona. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Everything we've learned making tires that help save gas and pinch pennies inspires what we roll into yours. Fuel Max tires by Goodyear. More driven. Let's go down to Chris Devoto.
Drivers just starting to exit the care center. Ron Hornaday, the first out. And I know this was sort of, we talked about the calm before the storm. We always know this can happen at Daytona, but what exactly happened?
Well, I was only Todd in front of me at one time, and I was just pushing him up there. But I feel sorry for the Steakham Chevrolet and KHI. I mean, all we want to do is finish. We stopped, jumped to the back there and ride around, and it was time to go. And Elliott was up there. I figured he'd come in. He didn't come in, so I was going to go back up there and try to help him, and he already ducked down. So just looked like somebody shot up in front of Todd, and I was already up on him. So
I think we're seeing it here, too. That was a blown tire, it looked like, from the 5 of Quapple.
Well, that's what you get around here, you know. Todd was running everybody pretty close, so he might have got into him earlier and cut the tire, but it's Daytona, and I hate to see it, man. It's a bummer for everybody on this team. I mean, they've been working hard, and we'll get it back out there, hopefully.
Thanks, Ron.
2 years in a row, Ron Hornaday got crashed out here at Daytona.
See, that was some of that. He mentioned Todd, and that's something I kept watching. Todd kept leaning on those guys down on the inside. I don't know if he ever made any contact with Quapple or not, but I know he was pushing him close.
Speaking of pushing, Nelson Piquet Jr. looks like he's going to need a push to get back to pit road, and we go back there to Chris Devoto.
Jason White also exiting the care center. And Jason, I know that Daytona, one of your favorite places. You're always strong here. You have a smile on your face, but I'm sure that's not what your emotions and feelings are right now.
It's definitely tough. We had a great truck. Got back there. Just the way it goes at Daytona sometimes. You know, we had a great truck. Gunbroker.com is a great team, and just got piled up. Everybody wrecked there, and just nowhere to go. So we'll get them next week.
Thanks, Jason.
It's tough for Jason. We always smile, such a great attitude, and such high expectations coming into the season. He really felt like this was his chance to get his first win here. New team, Joe Dennett, we mentioned that before. He fell that won the Virginia Lottery, loves racing, started a Camping World Truck Series team, tapped Jason, brought Gunbroker along, and had a great run going. Was running up in the top 10.
Yeah, and you can't even begin to explain the disappointment. You're running good. You come down here with all the expectation, the highest hopes that you can have, running up there in the front pretty well, and then be taken out by not your own fault.
And we've got to remember, this is the Super Bowl. This is our Super Bowl. This is the biggest race of the year. It just happens to come at the first.
Ray Dunlap.
Guys, I'm interested in what the drivers up top think about strategy and what you would do at the end of this race. I've heard multiple different things down here on the radio. On Elliott Sadler's radio, they said, well, I think you need to go with about 2 to go, get to the front and hold the bottom line. I heard Austin Dillon's radio. They were talking about you need to wait till you come off turn 4 before you even begin to make your move in case you stall out. So I'm not sure. What do you guys think is going to be the proper way to get to the front? Because we know it's going to be crazy coming off 4 on that last lap.
Yeah, right now the 31 to 4 are they're perfectly matched up here, teammates, and then you got Michael behind Elliott Sadler. Elliott doesn't have to get to the lead. He's going to be in the lead. The question is, can he and Michael hold off the 4 and the 31?
That's where I think I want to be. I want to be next to that yellow line on the last lap in the lead.
Appears that way.
We're about to get some answers as the green flag back in the air. 19 laps of racing to go.
Remember, James Buescher was able to grab the lead at the very start of this race from Austin Dillon from the outside.
Not going to work this time as Elliott Sadler got a great restart. Michael Waltrip tucked in behind him in the 15. Buescher on the outside in that 31, and right behind him is teammate number 4, Ricky Carmichael.
You got 2 guys leading the race here right now, Elliott Sadler and Michael Waltrip. They know this joint. They know how to get around here. They're going to be mighty hard to shake out of the lead, even though the 31 to 4 have fast trucks. That outside just is not going to get it done.
Michael's won 2 Daytona 500s. Elliott Sadler's finished second in the Daytona 500. They know what they're doing in this racetrack.
Elliott Sadler was within just a few hundred feet of winning here in 09, and it started raining.
That's not going to happen tonight, by the way, folks.
No. We have a beautiful full moon.
No precipitation anticipated for the finish of this one. 18 laps remaining. Again, out front, Elliott Sadler, Michael Waltrip running second, Austin Dillon, James Busher, Timothy Peters, your top 5.
That outside line is holding its own better this time than any other time, but those are some fast trucks in both lanes, and if outside looks like it's getting there, but they can't quite make it.
Looks like it's separated. They have a hard time making a move. You see that 18, the yellow truck on the high side of this racetrack. Kyle Busch trying to make a move. Look who he's got behind him.
He's got that 51. He was calling for him. He said, I don't care if he pushes me or I push him. Find him for me. They're going to shuck Jeffrey Aronat out. Jeffrey's doing a nice job here, but he's going to lose the entire draft here and get behind the very back.
These two trucks, the 18 and the 51, have worked together before on super speedways. Kyle Busch even said last year, I'm going to push Eric Almirola to the win until the very last moment, and then he ended up passing him and winning at Talladega.
They worked a little too close together in our opening practice, taking each other out, or actually taking Almirola out. And I love what Kyle and his group said. We will help him fix his truck, because I felt like it was my fault.
How about Matt Crafton made a run up through the middle, got by Kyle Busch and Eric Almirola. Remember, he was involved in that incident. Yeah, looks like it hasn't hurt his truck too much.
For whatever reason, that 18 truck doesn't have a lot of speed in it. He just
problems.
Here we go.
Got the 77 around. The 81 of David Starr also goes around.
Hold the brake.
Justin Lofton in the 77. Now we're seeing David Starr and that 81 go backwards. Also saw the 10 of Jennifer Jo Cobb make the hard left turn and go down pit road, going quite a bit faster than pit road speed.
As long as she would try to slow down once she got to pit road. It's okay to go down pit road to avoid an incident and speed, but you have to slow down and try to get to pit road speed if you can.
Got a left rear down on the 77. I don't know if that's what happened or not. Let's see if he made contact or does something happen here.
He starts wobbling right there. Then it looks like maybe
Max Pappas
was right.
Possibly Max got into the back of him and got him loose. The left rear tire is down. I don't know if it's from the slide or not. Probably is.
I think David Starr, an innocent victim there. You can see at the top of your screen Jennifer Jo Cobb, and she was definitely slowing down. There's another view. You see the 77 wobbling, and that throws him out into the outside into David Starr. Look at Jennifer Jo. What a nice decision she made to go down pit road.
Saw that 81 of David Starr coming in front of her. Held it hard left and went right down pit road. Slowed down, as you mentioned.
Super slow motion.
Yeah, look back in there and see.
There's the contact between the 77 and the 81. Turns David right down in front of Max Pappas and the damaged 30 truck of Todd Bodine.
Jennifer Jo Cobb, let's ride along with her at speed.
There you go. You're good. You're good. You're good. Pit road. Pit road. Pit road. Pit road. Pit road. Now you need to start slowing down. Start slowing down. You got to reduce your speed. There you go. There you go. Reduce your speed. You're going to be fine. Just roll right off the end of pit road, and we're good to go.
We have to give credit to Keith Barnwell because he called that whole thing for her.
Wreck ahead. Stay high.
Because the track has been repaved, you could turn that truck down on the pit road as fast as she was going and not spin it out. Got so much grip in this racetrack and in the tires.
Todd Bodine will be the Aaron's lucky dog and receive a lap back. Todd Bodine currently scored in the 22nd position, the two-time winner of this race. Welcome back. NextEra Energy Resources 250 presented on speed by Goodyear under our 5th caution. Tonight, this time it was just a few trucks that were involved. What slows the field once again? We go back to trackside to Chris Navoda.
Well, Rick, the garage, a busy place right now. Travis Quapple had made a 4-tire change right before the incident occurred, and it looked like you were trying to kind of give some warning out there.
Yeah, I could feel we're just past the trial there, and I could feel the left rear kind of shake and start to vibrate. And I was like, oh man, this is gonna be big. So I got my hand out and let them guys know I was checking up and trying to get up out of the way, but it blew out and turned around on me. But just unfortunate, we had a pretty decent truck. I don't think we were really super fast to be out front leading, but we were doing some good strategy on pit road, and we were in a position to make it to the end there, and we were just going to try and pick them off and be patient and be there at the end. So it's a bummer for International Trucks, Monaco RV. We had a bunch of people here cheering us on tonight, so we'll be strong at Phoenix next week. We'll go get them there.
Travis, I mean in the best way possible. Welcome back to the Truck Series.
Yeah, thanks.
Hermie?
Hermie.
Yeah, listening back to that footage of Jennifer Jo Cobb coming down pit road, that familiar voice you heard was Keith Barnwell, a very experienced spotter, the same spotter that helped Jamie McMurray win the Daytona 500 last year. So good to hear that familiar voice to make that evasive move for Jennifer Jo Cobb coming down pit road. Also want a quick note about Michael Waltrip up front here on the inside, ready for this last restart. He made a comment that, not sure why, but his truck really pulls better with Chevrolets, and he's got a few of them around him there, but we'll see if his Toyota needs to hook up with a Chevrolet to get to victory lane. Ray?
And guys, I want to keep an eye on the front up there. Michael Waltrip on the radio talking with Elliott Sadler, and it appears that Michael is going to slow down enough on this restart to let the 2 drop to the bottom. They believe that's the potent combination, so we'll see if the 2 can dive in there and be the lead in front of 15.
I don't know if I do that.
We saw that
on
work.
the radio. He said he works better with a Chevrolet.
I know he does, but man, we're coming to the money lap, man. You don't give up a position now.
But so many times we've heard drivers say, man, I was out there, I was a sitting duck.
Well,
does Michael want to be the sitting duck, or does he want to be the one who makes the decision?
He needs to look in his mirror and see who's behind him, because that's a pretty potent piece that could push him very well. That's a Chevrolet laid up behind him there, so I don't know. They got it figured out better than we do, I guess.
I think it's a good call. I think Michael is working really well with Elliott Sadler. A lot of experience from both of those drivers. I think they'd like to settle amongst themselves a little bit later on here.
Elliott Sadler is leading this race. He had the choice of the inside or outside line. He chooses the outside line as they come through the tri-oval. Green flag back in the air. Down to the bottom of the racetrack goes Elliott Sadler, just as it was planned. But take a look on the outside. The 17 of Timothy Peters getting a push from the 31 of James Buescher.
That 31 and the 4, they're strong. It's just hard to make it's just hard to make a run on that outside once the inside line gets up a little head of steam.
Michael right up against the 2 truck of Elliott Sadler. Watch him drive away now.
Yep.
To the outside. How about Matt Crafton in the 88?
As Eric Almirola pushing him on the outside. They're making a move.
Now that, I'm sure the bumpers don't line up, because the 88 bumper got shoved way up in that most recent crash.
They might line up better because it's gone. So he may have done everything to lose, that's for sure.
They're losing ground now, though.
Almirola jumped out from behind him, and that will make that 88 drop to the back of the line.
Timothy Peters got caught in the middle in that K&N 17 truck. Now he's going to pull in behind Carmichael. Lost a bunch of positions.
Bottom.
Look at all the momentum.
Keep rolling here.
Nothing you can do, man. They just that outside just does not have it tonight.
There's the missing bumper of the 88 of Matt Crafton.
That's a good thing. It lets all that air that traps up under those trucks, lets it all come out the back.
How about Jeffrey Earnhardt? Absolutely. What a great job he's done in the Fuel Doctor Chevrolet. Right now running up on the lead lap.
This time by, it will be the final 10 laps from the season opener from Daytona International Speedway.
And look at the 31 and the 4. They just continue to go to the back.
Led the first 55 laps of this race. Now he's going to have a little bit of momentum, but we haven't seen it from the outside. We haven't seen them gain that many positions.
Checking up that inside line. The outside line's able to make a little bit of a move.
It's like a yo-yo on the outside. You go up, you go down, you go back.
How about Cole Witt right now running in the 5th spot? Did not qualify with his Turn 1 Motorsports team. Jumped in Shane Sieg's number 93 truck. Right now running up in the top 5 after starting at the very back.
Well, remember, in his other truck, his Red Bull truck, he was the fastest truck in practice. Of course, he was drafting, but he had a fast truck, and apparently he can get around here pretty good.
Kyle Busch came up fast on
Chris Fontaine
in that 84, and now he has to check up as those two are trying to work through the middle, and we see James Buescher falling further back.
Yeah, it's hopeless. when you get out there like that and it's this late in the race and they're running off and leaving you.
Justin Lofton on the high side of the racetrack trying to stay out of the way as the field makes its way by him.
That was a good move. Staying high, just hold your line. That's all you need to do. Just don't move. We'll get by you.